What's up guys, welcome to Supercars of London and welcome back down to VVS. The last time that I was here, it was blue sky and sunshine and I drove a Super Trofeo Stradale with a massive smile on my face. This time, we have got snow on the ground, it's snowing right now, it's grey clouds, but I'm probably still going to have a smile on my face because I'm driving an 800 brake horsepower Audi RS6. Probably the perfect car for these conditions. Not only am I here to test drive that car, I'm also down here to get some expert advice from these guys because they've sold more Murcielagos than anyone in Europe. They've got more cars in stock than anyone else in Europe. These are the guys that know the Lamborghini market perfectly. So they're going to guide me in the right direction as to what to do with the paint on my Murcielago. I'm also supporting a charity day at the Maidstone Grammar School where I'm going to be meeting up with Tony and a few other people to bring some supercars down on their lunch break so that they can check them out, take some photos, and it is all in aid of charity. So this vlog is going to be all over the place. There's going to be a lot of snow, a lot of noises, a lot of supercars. It should be a lot of fun, but we're going to start with a test drive on that 800 brake horsepower RS6. Now, if I won the lottery, this is what Nuke version 3.0 would look like. I started with an all blacked out Audi A1, and I've driven a few blacked out cars and dailied a few blacked out cars, including my BMW M3, but this, with the additional carbon fiber front splitter, completely blacked out grille with no front number plate, blacked out headlights, it has been lowered on some aftermarket wheels. Underneath that bonnet there are some serious upgrades that I'm going to talk to you about when I'm driving this car. But how cool does this thing look in the snow? This is the ultimate snowmobile, the ultimate daily to have in weather like this if you're a millionaire. And as we go around the back, you can see that the black theme continues, full tints, and it has been debadged, and the exhausts have been blacked out as well. So this is running a full Decat Miltech system, which is going to sound monstrous. Inside is all black leather, carbon fiber and white stitching, and is a really, really smart example of an RS6, but it has been mega tuned. So what is left to do? Then start it up, take it for a drive. Now this thing has got a proper rumble attached to it. Full Decat Miltech, providing a much more free-flowing exhaust system that just gives it a little bit more power. It's got a stage 2 remap. The owner of this car, or previous owner to this car, had even gone to spark plugs. He had special race spark plugs to eke as much power out of this car as possible. And this is a Audi Quattro 4-wheel drive car, so there should be loud and fairly fast, but more loud because that was about 25% throttle. The owner of this car has really gone to town on the modifications to try and get as much straight line speed as possible, to the point where this car does 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds on a drag strip. In a car that is a family wagon. It's the size of Titanic and it is that fast. So again, we are taking the traditional VVS route that I always drive on, that's got some nice country roads. The weather is not good for driving anything with a lot of power, but I've got confidence in this thing that we should get some of it down. Oh my God, it's so noisy. You literally just laugh the entire time that you drive this thing. But I'll tell you what, suspension wise, it's smooth. I was expecting it to be a little bit more firm than this, being so low to the ground, running aftermarket wheels. Actually, I don't feel like the ride quality is compromised at all with just cruising around. That engine is so tunable. And I hear rumours every now and again that the Audi RS6 and the RS7 actually run different gearboxes, meaning that the RS6, you can keep the gearbox and just continually upgrade the power, and this can run about 1,000 brake horsepower through the gearbox. But the RS7 is running maybe a torque converter, so you can't run as much power through. But whoa! And we're doing this in like 1 degrees snow. Why not have a car that can pull like a Bugatti Veyron? and do it for a fraction of the cost, and then have this exhaust. I'm a little bit asthma, I like the exhaust, but you don't have to do the exhaust. A quick test drive, where they're not really permitting for a full test drive route, but still pretty ridiculous. Now we've got to bring out a Murcielago and take it up to the Maidstone Grammar School, so that should be fun. Let's see what happens like in the snow. This is traction off. Oh yeah, look, I've just got a full lock on, and where's the grip, where's the grip, where's the grip? There. So we can just hear the RS6 in the distance as it gets reversed round to the other side of the VVS unit, and they've got this Lamborghini Murcielago LP640 that I'm going to be driving to the Maidstone Grammar School for this charity lunch event. And I'm kind of nervous a little bit because there is quite a lot of slush on the ground. And this car actually got imported by HR Rowan, bought from Singapore, arrived, the customer has owned it for about 2 years. This was even a potential car that I was going to buy when I was looking for Murcielagos, and then the owner has sold it to VVS, so I believe he could take delivery of his Performante Spider. So not a bad upgrade to the Performante Spider, but V12, it's V12. So yeah, this is going to be a fun drive. I'm going to be taking it very easy, but I believe it's got an exhaust system, so I'm going to learn a little bit more about this car and try and relate to you how different it drives to my car. So we've met up with Tony. Tony's arrived in his GT3 RS. This is the first time that I've seen it actually on the road. We're going to go and say hi to Tony, but we've got the 488 with a wild wrap job, and we've also got the LP640. Now we're going to the Maidstone Grammar School. Seeing as it's a school, I can imagine that filming is frowned upon. If we're allowed to film what we're going to do, then we will, but we are fundamentally parking the cars up, probably in a very similar fashion like this, and going to be raising money for motor neuron disease. So thanks to Maidstone Grammar School, and thank you to Toby, thank you to VVS, and thank you to Tony, Toby and Tony for all bringing their cars down on this freezing cold weather where there is snow on the roads to take the cars to the school. So let's go and say hi to Tony quickly. This is so weird. I've just jumped out of an 800 brake horsepower RS6 into someone else's LP640 and someone else's being VVS's. Dan, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Winter, you can't really do much in the winter.
No, but also when I came down to drive the Super Trofeo, you were ill,
yes.
So you couldn't sit in the car because you would have just coughed all over the audio. So, Dan, thank you very much for supplying a vehicle for this good cause. I think it's cool that we've got three very different cars.
Yeah, very. Yeah, it's good.
This is a classy spec, but still a bright V12 Lamborghini. The 488 used to be in a very discreet, blacked out spec until he decided to change it.
Got bored and he wants a Lambo brightness. He comes out with us, and we all got bright Lambos, and he wants to get in on the mix.
I think you can get him in a Lambo.
Yeah, he's workable.
and Tony obviously owns everything.
Yeah, but it's good. You got a track car. You got
Speciale, GT3 RS, but the GT3 RS is bright and wild as well as it is precise.
Looks better dirty as well.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's a very cool convoy. Sat in another LP640, feels right at home for me.
Yeah, you know,
the V12
exactly
drone. Do you know what the exhaust system is on this? It feels like it's like a Larini.
Yeah, I think Larini. It sounds fantastic. So I think it's Larini.
And this car you've got for sale?
Yeah, still got for sale.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a great spec and
looks. I mean, it's similar.
It drives really well.
That's the one thing that I realised when I was driving different Murcielagos over in America and things like that. There are cars that can drive really differently.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can drive the same car but across different ownerships, and the way they maintain it differently, and it drives completely different.
Getting the bat wings up, not that the internet can see that, but you got to
when we arrive.
Yeah. Here he is, surprise guest on the vlog.
Hello.
I was not expecting.
This way.
Are we going this way?
Yeah.
So we have just left the school and it was raucous to say the least.
It was, yeah.
During
Well, film star
lunchtime,
there.
three supercars and a hell of a lot of kids that were all shouting and screaming and taking loads of photos. But it was all in the name of charity, so good stuff.
And the lunch was good.
The lunch was epic.
Yeah.
School dinners now are amazing. You might have seen Tony's stories from it, and I was really annoyed because my camera wasn't working. But you actually got pooed on by a bird, didn't you?
I did get pooed on by a bird, but that is good luck.
Yeah. Good luck that you're going to get me back in one piece.
I will. I've got to be careful in this car though, because it's cold and wet.
And you're running Cup 2s?
Cup 2s.
Ho, ho, ho. So you could slide it out of here if you wanted to, but you can't because it's residential.
It's residential.
Oh yeah, we're going down there.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are. Down there,
It's
no?
one way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I know everywhere.
Oh, okay. So, do you want to know what I've done today?
What have you done?
Drove a 800 brake horsepower RS6.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Really?
It was wild. Then drove an LP640. Then took a load of photos at school. Had
children.
fish and chips. And now I'm rolling in a GT3 RS. Not a bad way to end the vlog. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. And I tell you what, given that this is the worst day of weather in the UK, I've managed to squeeze a video out of it somehow.
Amazing.
So yeah, there we go. I'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye.